Voters in a recent survey said they voted for Barack Obama in 2008, but as midterm elections approach, they're leaning more heavily toward Republican candidates. However, it's not time for the GOP to celebrate just yet. Nearly half of independent voters are still on the fence about who they'll vote for in November. Here with the results of the survey is Heather Higgins, CEO of Independent Women's Voice, which commissioned the survey. Thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
And we should say that your organization kind of focuses on getting moderate and conservative viewpoints out into the media.
I'd say that we're a center-right organization that tries to, even though we're largely a women's group, though not exclusively so, we don't do the social issues. It's all largely about economic policy, defense, national security, education policy. There's a broad range of issues that we speak to.
Now, having said that, this survey, quite comprehensive, getting a lot of attention, and Republicans and Democrats alike need to take note of some of the findings that you all came up with. Let's talk about some of the findings.
We used Democrat pollster Doug Schoen because he has such a remarkable track record. It was on he that Clinton relied to really move the independents, which made such a difference for him. Doug has made a lifelong study of this segment of the population, and we thought that we would get much more thoughtful, in-depth responses, because this was a 150 question survey bracketed on either side by focus groups and special panel studies that we did after the Christine O'Donnell election. If somebody wants to see the results, it's all up on the IW Voice website, along with bunches of articles that have been written about it, so they can go into it in depth. But there really is a big shift that's occurring in that segment of the population, and these are all likely voters, so it really is relevant. They are very discouraged by the policies that they see. Doug said that he has never seen warning numbers like this, that sort of more to 3 to 1. They are saying that the Democratic Party is moving in a direction that makes them less likely to vote for it. Among those who are likely to vote, better than 2 to 1 are leaning Republican. And this is despite really not liking either party.
Yeah, one of the things that was striking to me is that, and it's an opinionated group, a very well-informed group, and they're leaning more heavily towards the Republicans now, but within that information you found out that they don't particularly like what the Republicans are doing either.
No, they dislike the Republicans. They particularly dislike the Republican leadership, but they dislike the Democrats more. Indeed, if you go into the questions and the way they're written, they not only are upset about the economy, they actually, 49% of them not only feel that the Democrats pursued the wrong policies, they think that they've pursued policies that make it worse. This is a group that very heavily believes we should be cutting government spending, cutting taxes, not doing stimulus on infrastructure. In fact, we went back and specifically tested that, and 55% were adamantly opposed to that. But 89% said government should be going on a diet. So there's a very strong belief there. There's also, though, layering with that, a real belief that the government has not only become too expensive, it's become too intrusive. They want individuals to have more control of their choices, their lives. They want policies that have the growth in the economy come more from what individuals can do and allowing them to do it rather than what government can do. That theme comes out a lot in the survey.
I suppose the good news for either party is that within that block of voters, a significant percentage say they still haven't decided which way they're going to vote.
That's right. 40% still say they haven't decided. And there are some other sleeper issues in there that are really surprising. One of the things, people will enumerate the issues that they think are important, but the question is, how intense are they about those views? So guess what the top 2 issues were, where if you said to somebody, assume that you agree with a candidate on everything except for one issue, will you not vote for them if they disagree with you on that one issue?
The taxes, I would imagine?
You would have thought. Actually, cutting spending and taxes was the third. The first most was the health care reform, and the second was the Ground Zero Mosque. And interestingly, the Ground Zero Mosque, only 23% of the people who felt that strongly were from the Northeast. So it's an issue that has taken on a sort of larger values marker. Are you listening to how we feel kind of aspect to it? And the healthcare one, with that 48% saying even if they agreed with you on everything else, they wouldn't vote for you on that. If you go down into it, 16% of those people support Obamacare. 83% are vehemently against it. So that's going to be an issue that's going to play heavily in a lot of elections.
I got to